as far as them coming over, we all know about the land bridge from the last ice age when there was glaciers everywhere and the sea levels were all low, and that you could just walk. And then this is historical fact.
The Bering Straits.
Bering Strait, you could just walk that back then, and that's how, to a certain extent. Some people they say also came in boats from Africa, but that they walked over, and that those people actually would have originated in Africa originally, but walk from Africa to the. However,
Not India.
however, this is something a jewel I got from Paul Guthrie. I told you I built with Paul Guthrie for at least a year.
Okay.
And Paul Guthrie is all about the Farads really from India/Pakistan, right?
Right.
And we could build on that too, because I got so he said he mentioned a very nice point that when the lessons were written in 1934, the old Ethiopian bones that were discovered by the Leakey family, that didn't happen yet. That didn't happen until between the 50s and the 70s. They were digging in East Africa. By the 1930s, the oldest bones at that time was Peking man, over there basically in Beijing,
Okay.
right? So that was so Farad saying Asiatic black man of Asia, you got to put it in its historical context. To say that today, people might get wild, and for him to say that black people strayed from civilization and walked into Africa, to us now that sounds crazy. But you got to put it into its. That was the best they could do at that time with what was available to them.
You talk about like Shabazz going, the
Right.
Shabazz and whatnot.
And the whole emphasis on Asia, or in this particular case, why he would say the walking started from India as opposed to the walking starting from East Africa. Because we didn't get to that yet as far as archaeology and the history of the human species.
Well, it's interesting you saying that because a lot of what Elijah and Fard was saying was against academia, or and some of it, a lot of it was ahead of academia. Like, for instance, from what I understand, the history of the distances of the planets. Like NASA wasn't even.
Right.
NASA didn't even come into play. And
Right.
NASA came into play in the 50s.
Right. Okay.
See what I'm saying? Whereas Fard and Elijah were saying these things in
Right.
the 30s.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So, the academia world, you got to be careful of, all the references, the reference points is like, so you get it from academia, this body of knowledge has this information, and this is the direction of how they're looking at it, versus this other body of knowledge that is looking at this information, right? Or this, because first of all, you got to have knowledge, right? You have knowledge is to know first, right?
Right.
So it's to have a direction.
Mhm.
Because knowledge and information is not the same,
Okay.
right? So you have the knowledge of the original man being the first, right? So then you look at this information, then you draw it up to be knowledge, or you organize it to be knowledge. Say, okay, this is what this is telling me, and then you take it to academia, and you cross-reference the two,
Right.
And you see like which one is which, because academia now is what the world is really like saying, and a lot of it is funded by different families and whatnot.
But see, people in academia, like if I call y'all who are not in academia, call y'all lay people, right?
Right.
What lay people think of academia, generally speaking, they take it as actual facts. It's the truth. It was in a book. These universities, it's the truth. People in academia don't take it like that. I'm just getting to the point now where I can critically read, I can read what these scholars write on different, like in my area in Buddhism, and I don't just take it on face value. I'm just getting to the point where I can, okay, nah, all right, he's a good, but right here he going a little too, like I'm getting to that point where I can and there is a mythology, because this academia we're talking about the white academia,
Right, yes.
right? And there is a white mythology that they're promoting, like these cultural tenets and certain viewpoints that that get sprinkled in, or to these to these you know what I'm saying? They have a narrative that they're promoting. They certainly do, and that's what most of the lay people may not pick up on. Although these days in America it's coming out with the whole CRT thing. I think even 85 are knowing the white man's history's books got an agenda.
Right. So you start to see that,
Right.
that there is an agenda.
Right.
Far had an agenda as well.
Everyone has an agenda. Everyone has an agenda.
Telling so academia. At the end of the day, like that's why I like at the end of these videos, I say, you know what I'm saying, you must do your own research.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, and but as a 5%, we gotta develop that more, having our own body now, because I know a lot of great scientists within the 5% who have great bodies of knowledge and a direction of how to look at these things. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just taking things on face value. I was taught not to say anything on face value.
No, never.
You know what I'm saying? Well, we got to come together because, like I said, all minds should be one.
Right.
We should all agree. Well, we don't really all agree.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
And if we all agreed, what would be the point? You know what I'm saying? The wisdom culture letter, the alphabet, X for unknown. I like that. I like that there's unknown. I don't want to know, because then I have potential to learn more. You know what I'm saying? Without the unknown, there's no potential to learn more.
Right.
I like doing the knowledge and drawing something new up.
Oh, peace, God. You know what I'm saying? See how I look at that, God, in terms of like agreeing. Because I look at like, see, this may go into like the science of somebody might call it mythology. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just talking about like the mind, everything. The mind made everything, right? So we're the ones, the original people, right? Before walking into this physical form, we're the ones who manifested the sun, moon, and stars.
Right.
Right. So, but we had to agree to do that.
Indeed.
See what I'm saying? We had to give, or to bring it down to earth, right? We had to agree that, like, you and your woman had to agree to get together to produce your children.
Indeed.
So, agreeing and being all minds as one is a powerful thing. You know what I'm saying? However, I see what you're saying in terms of...
I meant to agree, like, if we all see everything exactly the same. That's what I meant. Like, if we all see everything exactly the same, because then we wouldn't... I like the fact... I think... to break it down to I feel like this earth, like everybody in the earth was knowledge seeds. And everyone's like, yo, this is boring. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want some of this walking around.
The black man's body exists.
But I want to see it walking, like, maybe it has to do with me being Puerto Rican. I like to see a whole lot. I don't know, like Central Africa, it seems boring to me. You know what I'm saying?
You say just analysis?
Like this, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, we'll see.
Like China or Japan is the same original self.
You must do your own research, as I did.
If Mega did this.